There's a version of life a lot of men are living, but that no one really sees. On the outside, things look okay and they're functioning and they're showing up and getting through the day, but internally, it can be a different story. A lot of men they're carrying stress and pressure and self-doubt, and they're carrying it very quietly. And that's not because they really want to, but because they don't really feel like they have a place to put that. Because, from a young age, most guys learn either directly or indirectly to keep it together and to not complain and to handle it yourself, so that over time they get really, really good at pushing things down, and they might not even notice that happening. They might not even know that they're doing that. So instead of saying that they're overwhelmed, they might just become really irritable. Instead of feeling disconnected or saying that, it shows up as them zoning out and not wanting to be around people. And instead of saying that they're struggling a bit, it comes out as they're just really, really tired. And the tricky part of it is that a man can live like that for a long, long time, years, decades even. But just because something like that is common doesn't mean that it's normal, and it definitely doesn't mean that it's sustainable over the long term. Over time, that silent pressure, it will build up and eventually it will leak out somewhere. It will cause problems in other parts of your life. It might be in your relationships, in your work, your health, or just how you feel day to day. So the reality is that most men aren't as alone in this as they think. They just don't hear other men talking about it. And that creates this illusion that everyone else has it handled, when in reality, a lot of guys, they're just staying quiet, actually. And breaking that pattern doesn't mean that you suddenly have to be opening up and spilling your guts to everyone, everywhere, all the time. It can actually start pretty small with just one honest conversation, that one moment where you say, yeah, I have been struggling a little bit. You know, Oftentimes it might even just be by admitting it to yourself. That can be the most important step sometimes. But once something is out in the open, it's a lot easier to work through it, and it's a lot easier to get to a solution. You don't have to carry everything on your own. That's what I'm saying here.